Okay, hey, what's going on, guys? I'm about to play New World. I was planning to play by March. It released like 6 months or something. I'm not sure. I saw a video. Asman Gold reacted to this guy. Asman Gold is playing He played World of Warcraft, and then he switched to Final Fantasy. I also tried Final Fantasy, but for me, Final Fantasy wasn't interesting as much as World of Warcraft. Now, I'm about to try New World by March. Currently, it's January end, so one more month. After that, I'm gonna play New World, also play World of Warcraft, and then Dota 2. These are my 3 games after March. Let's actually get the input from this guy, because if it's a terrible game, I don't want to get into it. So let's actually go and see what does this guy say.
I don't know what exactly I'm going to call this video or where I'm going to go with it, but I did just want to talk about New World for a little while, just vomit some opinions out, just talk about some facts, some figures, and just a retrospective as what I thought was going to happen with New World and where we currently are. And bear in mind, this is coming from somebody who's not played the game in, I think, over a month and a half at this point. I stopped logging on, I just couldn't be bothered anymore, seeing where the game was going, seeing the issues with the game. It defied my expectations, and I'm someone who, if you followed my channel since 2019, I've been making videos very critical of New World, talking about how the game wasn't ready for release back then, and I still share that same opinion. The game was never ready for launch, and we've seen now that this was a fact, right? We've seen that this was a big mistake. And I'm going to look at some numbers with you here. This is something that somebody on Reddit put together. It's called MMO Launch Q1, and it's basically the percentage of peak concurrent users on the Steam platform during the first quarter, so the first 90 days of their launch. Now this has got on there Albion Online on their free-to-play, Solo, Swords of Legends Online, worst MMO name ever, worst game name ever, Arcade Unchained, Phantasy Star Online 2, Bless Unleashed, and New World. So it's not exactly like they're in, great company here. New World is quite easily there, the largest game by a country fucking mile. And I could clickbait this. These results will shock you. You really will be shocked by just how bad New World has actually done. So as you can see in the graph here, PSO2, Arcade Unchained, and Albion Online did the best. And they were like 40%, 30-40%, and that's obviously what you'd expect for about the norm after 90 days. Typically, MMOs release, they have their peak, and then they just gradually go down, and hopefully somewhere along the way, they eventually get into their stride and they start going back up, or they just completely fail. Now, if I was to tell you that Bless Unleashed, yes, Bless Unleashed had better player retention over 90 days than New World, you wouldn't believe me. If you didn't have the stats right in front of your eyes, you just wouldn't believe me, because I wouldn't believe you if you told me that, as somebody who's played Bless Unleashed and also knows that the majority of the Bless Unleashed player base was actually Chinese and not Western. And the reason I mention that is not because Chinese numbers don't count, although in certain cases they don't, but Steam player numbers definitely count, because they're not being fudged in any kind of way. The reason I mention that is because during the release of Bless Unleashed, that was when the law came out and changed in China that stopped people being able to play video games over a certain amount of hours per day, which obviously would have impacted the player numbers of Bless Unleashed, since the majority of that percentage of player base was in China. So the fact that with that information, with that massive detriment to their player base, they still had more player retention than New World, a game that cost hundreds of millions of dollars and had like a 5+ year development cycle from one of the richest companies in the world, is fucking crazy. And then when you compare that New World only just beat out Swords of Legends Online, a game that came from China, that is run by Gameforge and doesn't run very well, it's just like a port that nobody really cared about all too much. It's just real bad times, guys. It's just really bad times. And then obviously this comes with a headline as well, where people are saying the ability to see New World population has been disabled in the new patch. thread discussing this has been deleted on the New World forums. Now, obviously, there are a couple ways to talk about and look at this, and it really depends on whether or not you want to be, I guess, lenient towards the company or not. You can definitely just throw them to the wolves here and just say they're censoring people. This change is actually bad for the players that still remain. And you're absolutely right, you're 100% right, that is the case. They shouldn't be doing this, they shouldn't be censoring people talking about them doing this. But as a company, what do you expect them to do? It's basically saying water is wet at this point. If you leave in a feature that allows for people to see your game just consistently dying, and see that all the servers are having population problems, and then allow people to talk about this, obviously that's just going to continue to perpetuate the narrative that the game is dying. And the reason that this is a little bit of a weird one for me is that you can still log on SteamDB, you can still log on Steam charts, anything that has API access to Steam's own data metrics. You can see that New World's population is going down every single day. There's not been an uptrend at all, and I don't think there is going to be for a long while, if ever. They're definitely going to have to do something drastic to pull this game out of the box that it's currently in. So they've basically removed here a feature that had tangible benefit to the current player base, because let's say you still play New World, which if you do, my condolences, and you want to play on a server that is populated. You previously could log on this website called newworlddatabase.info server status, and you could see what servers had the most player population and transfer to that server. And then you could obviously go to a server that is more populated instead of one that's dead, that you're currently probably on. So the fact that the New World devs removed this is removing an actual feature that helps their current player base still, which is obviously a problem, it's obviously a bad thing to do, but again, I can't really blame them all too much, because they're trying at this point to just fucking stem the bleeding, and unfortunately it's not really working out too well, because every time something like this happens, it's just more fuel for the fire, and we all know New World needs no more fuel on that absolute raging inferno, because the game's just been absolutely fucked into the ground by their own, it's their own fault. You know, people can blame content creators, they can blame people that make negative videos about New World, but at the end of the day, for somebody to make a negative video about New World, the reasons to make the video still have to exist, which we have no control over. Like something being bad and something bad happening, and then somebody and then blaming the person pointing at the bad thing and saying that's bad, guys. You know, you're misassigning the blame there a little bit. It's 100% on the game studio. I'm not going to say the developers, because I don't know that that's the case. From what I heard, and if you go and check my video, which I will leave in the video description, my explanation on why New World sucks, they were just forced by higher ups to use technology that just wasn't fit for purpose for the game, and now they're just stuck with this legacy system that just it just doesn't work, and they've had so many problems. They've been chasing their tail for so long trying to fix these problems, and they just launched the game way too early. They've been doing some really cool stuff, like the developer roundtables they do, where they sit and talk to their community in an unfiltered fashion for like 30 minutes up to like 2 hours. I really like those. I think they're really good, and it shows a step in the right direction of communication. But if you're doing that and then at the same time removing features that show that your game's dying, even though people can see it with their own eyes anyway through Steam API, and then censoring people talking about it, you're basically giving with one hand and then taking with the other. And I don't know, bro. There's a no-win scenario here. And again, is this the death of New World? Maybe. Is it just going to continue going down, and public sentiment just going to ignore coming back to try the game? They still keep making updates that just don't make a lot of sense to me, and in my opinion don't make the game fundamentally better to the point where I'd want to go back and play it. But maybe they'll catch some other people. And realistically, we've seen some MMOs pull out of the nosedive, right? Albion Online, it launched, it didn't do very well. They swapped to a free-to-play model from a buy-to-play model, and the game is now one of the most populated MMOs out there, despite people ignoring it quite a lot. RuneScape obviously swapped to systems that people didn't like, and then old school RuneScape came in, and look at how old school RuneScape is now. You've got Final Fantasy 14, literally one of the worst MMO launches ever, and absolutely just pulled out that nosedive with a brand new game, something that I don't think will be afforded to New World. I think if that was the case, they'll probably just cut their losses on this one. Elder Scrolls Online, obviously having some problems at the moment due to the game just not working very well and lag problems, etc. But if you look at the player population of that game when it launched and the player population now, it's inarguably in a much better state. And then on the flip side, you have other games that were Titans that are currently on their descent into madness with World of Warcraft. So it's not like it's impossible to pull out, and they have the talent. They're still hiring people, by the way. I've on good authority that they're still paying top dollar to bring in top talent into the studio. So I don't think this is the end for New World, but I don't know, bro. It does look really bad. So as someone who talked about New World for a long time and kept telling people it's not ready for launch, it's going to do badly, it's going to have like a big peak of players because it's a new MMO by a big Western company and it's very nice to look at and the big marketing reach. I knew New World was going to do well in the short term, but you can go back and check from 2019 when I was making videos about New World, 2020 all the way through to 2021. I said it repeatedly over and over again. This game in the medium term is going to absolutely fucking nosedive because the game's just not anywhere near being ready. It's like another 2 years of development away from being a competent product. If they can fix the problems that they have with the actual underlying tech concerns, which are literally baked into the engine, which, you know, that is a very big question mark. And honestly, looking at social media, there's a lot of people that really hate New World, and I do mean hate, not just dislike. They want to see it fail, and they want to see Amazon Game Studios fail. I understand to an extent, and the reason that they have this opinion is because Amazon's bad. And yeah, there is definitely a point to be made there. I personally don't believe that a big Western company spending hundreds of millions of dollars to build out an MMO and having it subsequently fail in a very drastic fashion is good for the genre. I don't think it's good for the industry, and I think that would dissuade other companies from potentially doing the same thing. And while I do think you can make a point that bigger companies coming in won't have your best interests at heart because, of course, they're profit-driven, they are businesses for that reason. That doesn't mean they won't necessarily make strides in the genre, or at least make games that some people will enjoy and enrich the pool from which we can pick to play. So I don't think hoping for the failure of New World is good. I don't think it's going to do anyone any favours. And while it may give you a little bit of schadenfreude, it's just not really where we should be at, in my opinion. Hopefully New World can pull it out. It seems like they are putting in the work to try. But looking at the stats when you actually see them on screen, it's very illuminating. New World has been, in my opinion, an abject failure. And you can definitely say, oh, you know, 70,000 people concurrent per day is not a failure, the game's not dead. But when you compare that to where it was, where the expectations were, how much money they've spent, how much marketing they have, that is a failure, in my opinion. And it probably financially will be as well, at least in the medium term. So good luck to them, but that's New World for now. Thank you very much. See you next time. Stay safe. Peace.
திங்கக்கிழமை போகணும். ஓகே, நான் இதில் வைக்கிறேன், நீங்கள் என்னட்ட கேள்வி. ஓகே, so it seems like New World is going to be bad. It's actually bad right now. So I feel like I'm taking crazy pills when it comes to AAA space these days. So many games recently have had will crash and burn almost immediately, written all over the I don't know. Okay, it will be interesting to see how long they will keep limp mods, live support on the basis eventually. So let's actually see the actual ranking for this game. Let's actually see what Reddit guys are talking about. New World.
Here's something I found on the web.
Alexa, stop. Reddit. Discussion. I don't understand what kind of audience is New World being designed for. This is the best film I have. I genuinely don't get a hit. I'm level 26, logging every second of it. So some people are liking it, some people don't like it. Waiting for someone in the recruitment chat to say LFM for mutations. For me, the gameplay loop has changed about 3 times with each of the major updates. Okay. Because they wanted people to gear up doing multiple different things instead of just the same thing grinded over. They add mutations, which is the only way to gear up. Okay, let's actually see the ranking of best MMORPG games ranking. Okay, so I don't know whether I can trust this website. Okay, let's actually see. Final Fantasy XI has 36.76 million people playing it, and old school RuneScape has 33. Okay, let's actually look at the active players. So Final Fantasy has the 2.1 million active players, and old school RuneScape has 1.28 million active players. World of Warcraft has 1.11 million active players. Path of Exile has 958.69 active players. Warframe has 562. Destiny 2 has 734.48. New World has 474.28. So basically, New World is 7th place right now, but still a new game, right? So there are a lot of updates they are gonna do. Comparatively, like this is introduced by a big company, but I think they still keep improving. So I think it's better to get into that earlier than later, because when you get earlier, you will get geared up faster and stuff. But these guys say it's gonna fail, but let's actually see. Been on Steam for 30 years. In those, New World is the only title I have ever refunded. Holy shit. I was 2 mark and still. When they made the game more of a grind, I was done. They basically rewarded anyone who had previously explored trading post and P2P trades to boost their progress and punish the rest of us. My feeling is, if one of the biggest companies can't get themselves up to basic competence in MMO, the game genre that's supposed to revolve around people living with, then no one should have any real hope in the metaverse happening. Okay, it's unfixable. They should work toward new, better engine and take assets and game loops that make sense. New World is the most cost-effective video game of all the time, with the stories of invisibility bugs, the band battles, the gold exploits, and the economic crisis. It's given me hours of entertainment for absolutely no charge at all. Who could have known that just throwing money at a project without any experience in the market would end up in a failure? It's just not like you're competing with a heavily saturated market with a long-running series, anything like that. Thank you, Amazon Game Studios. Remind me us to never get hyped over a game made by a major company. You have taught the new generation of gamers a wonderful lesson. I was lucky enough to play during beta. After the last beta, I cancelled my purchase and got a refund and haven't regretted it since. I'm surprised so many went on to keep the game after doing the initial testing before launch. There should be. So there's no positive comments about it. I think I shouldn't even consider playing this game. Let's actually see which game to play then. I have to find a game that's good to play. Thanks for watching. Right, if you have played our New World, just comment your opinion about that game.